welcome you here from Lanier Motor Speedway after an intense game in, I believe it was Kansas, and now we're up here. A beautiful, beautiful track named the Lanier. So, we're here. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dre, or Andrew Schulte, for that matter, and this is my first time being on this series, the SPL Truck Series. SimPulse Legacy, obviously. David couldn't make it tonight, so I'm here to take over. Welcome here, and oops, that's the wrong thing I didn't want to put up. And now we're going to go through your rows, so I apologize, I had to set it very quickly. Carter Swab and Trenton Clark, row 1. Oh, wait, Cash Culp, Tony Jones, row 2. I believe these are all based off of iRacing, maybe. May have qualified. Cameron Albertson and Austin LeBlanc, row 3. Caden Perkins and Trevor Gill, row 4. Rodney Roberts and Corey Wiles, row 5. Aaron Fontaine and Jake Raven, row 6. Chase Hale and Christopher Mullins, row 7. Thomas Coonan and Cody Winscott, row 8. Dan Milken and Cody Johnson, row 9. And Zach Saunders in the 99 rounds out your field in row number 10. So, we're going to go over the weather conditions. That is going to be 83 degrees, southwest 7 miles an hour with an overcast. You're at Lanier. Obviously, it's very cloudy in the sky tonight, very overcast, as the forecast does describe. The very descriptive icon at the bottom of your screen. So, waiting for the trucks to start rolling off here. Thank you for tuning in tonight to the Fireball Talks NASCAR network. And I'm very excited to be here tonight as David needs to finish up his broadcast. So, I don't really have much time to set up anything. I apologize about that, but hey, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. And let's have a nice race. 120 laps, I believe the advertised distance, however, just like baseball, can go on. So if you're from baseball, if you're from HCBB, there's also some sort of rule where you can have a race go on longer than it needs to. Yep, that's how it goes, and that's called the green-white checkered rule. And we may have some baseball fans in here tonight, so glad to have you here tonight, as I said. Up real quick for us. And David's gonna join me to co-commentate. I don't know what's taking a bit. I have no idea, as this is my first time. 18 seconds remaining. Sorry, I'm used to other leagues where everyone grids up and, you know, that kind of shebang, but yep. Obviously, every league does run different, and this is my first time here, so I hope you can help me through these small growing pains. The ticker up on your screen now. Oh. But it did rain for a bit. And the track seems to be dried out. 0 of 20. Field starts to roll off here from Lanier. Now, fun fact, despite Lanier being a free track, this being a free car track combo, and if you know me, you know I love legacy stock cars. I love these. I love the legacy trucks. I have a Billy Keys scheme for them. If you don't know who Billy Keys is, I'll explain that later in the broadcast. I love the legacy nationwide and Xfinity cars, and I love the car of tomorrow. I would love the Gen 6 more if they had the Toyota, but unfortunately. But Billy Keys, the man with the shortest NASCAR career, 3 minutes. A little fun fact you may have not known: Martinsville, 2009 or 2011, I believe, where his start was, and in practice he wrecked it 3 minutes in and was unable to start because he didn't have a backup. Now, a lot of these guys, maybe they did wreck in practice and they didn't have a backup. And we're coming to the green, 120 laps of racing. Oh no, the 41 wrecks early. And that might be a caution. No, it's not. We're going to keep it going. Oh no, the 18 wrecks. And man, already a caution is out. Unfortunate timing. Give me just a second here. As you know, the timing constraints here on FTN very well, some time. So glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. And we're gonna go take a look at that replay real quick. So starting off your overlay on the top of your picture. And we're gonna go see what happened. The number 18 car, that would be Aaron Fontaine, not to be confused with Fontaine, who actually did drive trucks in real life. The 54 just got a bit, nothing the 18 could have done. The 54 just got in there a bit hot. That 54 is Caden Perkins. And not a good start from Caden. Unfortunately, having a wreck in the turn one and coming off the back of the 29. That is the number 29 of Rodney Roberts. Going on the rear camera. On board real quick. About this camera. Oh, that's not the camera I really was hoping for. Nope. Didn't get, you know, he didn't feel anything, but here we go. Caden Perkins, this is on lap 1, the 41 gets loose. Now that's what happens. Being over-aggressive on lap 1. I learned this from a wise man that helped me race in real life. You cannot win the race. Turn 1. Oh no, hold on. Oh, no, we don't. So, ticker going back on your screen right now. Very good looking overlay. And fun fact, this is the actual overlay they did use in 2011 to 2013 stint when they did have these trucks running. Anyways, back to the racing. 6 of 120. We're going green. And we are green. Corey Lyles leads us off in the turn 1. Oh no, the 15 gets loose. But that's not going to matter. Lap 7 now. And Lyles with a commanding lead. Zach Saunders behind by a good few. That is an entire second he is behind. And he's trying to catch back up. Unfortunately, a second at Lanier is a lot. That's a nice anime truck. I have no idea what anime that is. High School DxD. Okay, buddy. And there's a wreck in the back, and we do not stay green. And at 29, after not being caught in the lap number 1 incident, Robbie Roberts gets caught in this incident. Let's see what happens. So Rodney was running his normal line. Cash Culp in the 57. Oh no, Cash Culp had nothing to do with it. Rodney just came in too hot, spun the truck, and that's what happens. Now, these trucks have the new damage model now referred to as the damage model, and well, I'm gonna call it the new damage model, but it is nevertheless the new damage model. And so now, if you get a slight tap on the wall, your truck isn't gonna be a million horsepower down. Anyways, High School DxD truck. I am judging you a lot, Zach Saunders, but to be fair, that is kind of a fire truck. So I respect it. I have a few Atasha trucks of my own. I mean I do, but I don't run it. But it's fire. I mean, hey, I respect that. Very nice High School DxD truck. It's in kanji on the hood, by the way. That's cool. And yeah, I have a few projects of Kai cars. I think, I don't know. I don't think I've shown on broadcast, but if you know me. So David obviously going to join us here in a minute. Yeah, this is a short track with a truck that barely anyone drives, so caution-filled race? Maybe, but still glad you're here and we missed Tango laps. Oh, okay. I forgot my ads. Tango Paints lap 09. And back to FTN on iRacing. Now, SKS Graphics, my brand company, the one that brought you this overlay, very beautiful overlay. 13 of 120, 100 laps, just over. And Lyles in the 56, if you couldn't tell, I really thought he was in 74. Now Wiles coming to the restart zone. He's going to take it early. He's going to go. Green flags out in the air. Going to take a nice lead into turn 1. No carnage in the back. And now Cash Culp looks under the 56. The 57 passing the 56. The 57 SimPulse truck of Cash Culp will lead his first lap tonight. Cash Culp just absolutely having a nice lead over Wiles. He took it pretty fast. I didn't expect that. In the 68 of Thomas Coonan moves Wiles up the track. Culp with the commanding lead now. We're going to ride on board with Cash Culp here. Oh, okay. And his lowest position, we have no idea, but he started and is currently first. Or his highest was first, and he's just cooking the field right now. I mean, now we're just getting sort of a green flag run going. I mean, and there's a caution. Okay. Yeah, I probably should shut my mouth when talking about green flag runs. The pace car just speeds. And I don't think that's very safe. Now, one car out. Was, I believe, 41 is in the back, but I don't think it was. We're gonna go check who wrecked. And it could have been Cameron Albertson riding on board. Oh yeah, that's Cameron Albertson into the wall. Number 15 truck into the wall, and I want to go see what happened there. So, Cameron Albertson running, I believe, for his wreck. And the 9 just seemed, oh, he got, oh, it was netcode and him getting barely 3 wide and getting turned, nothing much he could do there, and that, I think that's just a racing incident. Now, unfortunately, just running 16th. So, Cash Culp in the lead now. Under laps to go. Time by. And Cash Culp getting ready to go green this time by. I don't know if he's gonna exactly, well, I don't know if he's gonna keep the lead because he's got a strong field of guys behind him, but Cash Culp, I think he can definitely cook something up here. Pulse on the side of that truck and the sponsor this one. Thank you for. I'm just waiting for confirmation from David for co-commentary. And we'll be set. Now, Cash Culp, number 68 of Conan on the high side, that side by side. For Wiles, back Saunders. I think these guys are ready to go. Coming to the green, they are Green Flag Racing. 98 laps to go this time by. Lap 23, exiting 2. It's going to be the 57 and the 68 side by side. The 57 has the better run into the corner, but the high lane can work here at Lanier, baby. And they're side by side. The 70 wrecking in the back. That's going to be a caution. And I have a fun little story. So you may not know me because, well, some people don't know me. Never met me. My name is Andrew Schulte. Good to meet you. And I ran a Radicals dirt race I ran a Radical dirt Lanier race, and that was my 30th win for SKS, which is that's kind of a fun fact here. So the place is pretty cool in my heart. And the 11 just blinks, gives horrible netcode, and someone gets damaged. And the 15, that's going to be the 13 of Cody Johnson. And a lot of guys in this wreck. That's definitely not how you want to start off your night. 26 laps here for yellows. And fun fact, so I always like to do a small segment, or I like to point out how much time till the race ends, because like an endurance race, because I'm a fan of endurance racing. And currently that set timer is currently not knowing what to do. 23 minutes. I don't think we can get through 100 laps in 23 minutes at Lanier, no matter what. maybe, but I don't know. I haven't ran Lanier in a while. So 18 cars, Perkins retired, and you have 17 cars on the track as far as my knowledge goes. Yes, Austin LeBlanc in pit road, blinking, so we only have 16 trucks on the racetrack. And they're going double file this time by double up drivers, and that's the call from race control. 28 of 120 coming to the green, and pace lights are back on. So we'll see the one to green this time by. And these trucks are really fun to drive. I haven't driven them after I got my new setup, but man, this series is making me want to drive them. I really like these trucks. I like legacy content, and I'm glad to see people using this legacy content, and we're glad you're here watching this legacy content being used at the free track Lanier that comes with your iRacing subscription. And pace car going down pit road, lap 30. We are green flag racing, lap 30, 91 laps remain. And Cash Culp has the inside, and that's going to be Thomas Conan. On the outside, he's going to lose. Maybe. No, he's going to get a bit loose, though. He's going to go up into the wall. 3 wide. Zach Saunders takes him. And now Zach Saunders takes third. Corey Lyles will take second. And, man, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say. But, I mean, he's a pretty good driver, and he's showing it right now, riding on board with Lyles. And, man, he's running in second. He's going to try to track down that 57 of Cash Culp. And we're going to go on rear camera. He sees Zach Saunders on his back. You can see the Iora truck, obviously. Iora being ran this week, or next week on Thursday. So go tune into that. But this is our main focus, 33 of 120. And we're going to get off Corey Lyles back the bed, and that's going to be a caution. So maybe we shouldn't have gotten off Corey Lyles' truck bed, and maybe we wouldn't have a yellow. No, I'm just saying it's funny timing. Gannon Milliken joining the race, 14 laps late. Or 34 laps late, so very late start from that number 17, but good to see him here. You know, they say iRacing is a simulation. Pretty realistic simulation considering the fact that we have trucks that are 34 laps down in short track races. Obviously not to Milliken's fault of his own, probably just computer issues, which I hate, so. That's unfortunate. Cash Culp calling the caution. That 18 was more damage than the last time we saw it, so. Oh yeah, that's why. So, 15 behind him. No, he got loose. 18 got loose on his own, into the wall. That was definitely a hazard, so. Good call by Cash Culp to call the caution there, and 36 of 120, you know, I'm just gonna. I've got the call, and we're going to go into there. Hello, David. Hello, David. Welcome to the FTM broadcast booth, or I should say I'm going to welcome myself to the FTM broadcast booth. And I mean, hey, this is my first time broadcasting the week, so. And these guys are being very aggressive early into the race, obviously, what you like to see. And, I mean, obviously, caution-filled race so far, 2 trucks being out of this race. And, well, David, do you have any idea on why that's happening? Do you think these guys just want to be aggressive for the first half of the race? Or?
You know what I think it is? I think it's the size of this track. This is, I believe now, the shortest track we're going through all throughout the season. This race comes out to, in total, less than 50 miles. It's about a 0.38 mile circuit here, and there's a few interesting things about this track. First off, it does have banking, so there's support for all these drivers. And more than that, these drivers have the ability to get these tires squealing off of every restart, as you see right now.
Single file starts.
Go again. Yes, single file starts. We don't have room for anything else. Cash Culp is leading over Corey Lyles and the rest of the group up in the front of the field. Zach Saunders, 3 consecutive wins coming in, but I don't see him anywhere near the front any longer. It looks like Cash Culp looking to break that streak as he finds himself at the front of the field. Saunders in third. However, he's still got time. It was Culp and Saunders, among others, who competed for the victory last week, and it was a sliding finish at the very end in which Saunders got the win once more. Now, Cash Culp finds himself advantageous. he's going to be up there doing a real good job at the head of the field. As you see, a little bit more double file right behind, and Lyles goes up top, and he's got a caution back on the track.
Ah, man, that's not what we wanted to see. Another yellow here. Obviously, the size of this track, as you mentioned, the shortest on the schedule, as you can see. Let's go by. And, man, oh, wow, now we see the caution.
It's Cameron Albertson with trouble, the number 15.
Cameron Albertson, not how he wants to have his race after nearly being collected in an incident with the number 18 truck. And what happened here? So he's going to run the low line, and, oh, he just got loose. A very common thing in these trucks. And, David, do you mind explaining to the audience how common getting loose? I believe ran the car of tomorrow in the Legacy Nation.
Well, talking about these trucks in particular, it's all about getting loose because of the horsepower. These trucks have power, and it's not a question. These aren't like the new trucks where they're really down to the ground and anything of that sort. These things are lifted. You can see their front ends and back ends are both off of the track here, and even if, of course, they're not necessarily going to be planted, you can get those tires to spin, and you can get some of that downforce. But when you're going through those corners, they're fighting against the banking and fighting against the other drivers. You might be a little more distracted, and coming off of the banking, you'll be leaning on the throttle pedal a little bit too much, and you'll go around sliding and spinning. That's exactly what happened to Albertson, and that's what's happened to many drivers so far today. Admittedly, it is a common circumstance. Don't expect that to magically vanish as the night goes on, admittedly, Andrew. I don't think that's going to be the case. You know, another fun fact I want to get to. I'm pretty sure most people don't know this, but we work with Gary Godso a lot. He taught me this one. If you look across Lanier Raceway's parking lot, it's next to Road Atlanta, like directly. They're next door neighbors.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go. Oh, I might have to freak. Oh, I need to find a good camera later.
You might not even see it on iRacing, but if you look it up on Google Maps or anything, they're next door neighbors. Road Atlanta is right across the road.
Actually, I didn't know what state Lanier was located in, so that definitely tells me Georgia. And I'm a very big road guy. I love the LMP2s, I love the GTPs, and we're back green, as I love driving NASCARs on stock cars on road courses. And this is obviously an oval across the street from a road course, and Cash Culp does have the lead, and he's going to keep a decently sized lead, but Corey Lyles obviously going to try to get back up to Cash Culp in the 56. Now, David, we've seen shines of Corey Lyles' talent. He's won an IORA race before, I believe, and man, can you believe him? Do you think coming up to this next IORA season, do you think that he has a shot to win another race? Or
Zach Saunders sliding. Saunders is going to save it, but he's going to lose an awful lot of time.
Yeah, that's not what you want in these trucks, and especially at this short of a track. And back to the Corey Lyles. I mean, now that we're talking about him, now this may be a bit off topic, but I'm just talking about the driver talent here. Corey Lyles, do you think he's going to go for another IORA win this season, upcoming season?
That depends. In all honesty, I think the trucks are his strong suit. He won that truck race in IORA way back in Season 3, and admittedly, we haven't really seen him up at the front ever since to that same capacity, but he's done a real good job at his limited starts in this series, and I think that's where his strength is. These trucks, they drive different, they feel different, and while right now it's of course going to be Cash Culp the leader, I don't think it's going to stay that way all throughout the night. In all honesty, I don't think Cash Culp will be my pick to win right now. He's a quick driver by all means, but he gets a little bit aggressive behind that wheel, which we saw at USA International Speedway, which was our previous short track on the schedule, and that is what did him in. Maybe Zach Saunders doesn't have it in him to go for 4 consecutive wins tonight, but I still don't know if I feel like Cash Culp was the man to come through and get the win. Up high, it's the lapper of Trenton Clark, the rookie who's in the wall. Oh, he's going to cause a caution because of that. Zach Saunders spins!
Saunders. And Zach Saunders hard into the wall. And
he's driving to reverse!
No way. I mean, hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if that's legal, it might be, but I mean, Kyle Busch did it back in 2013 when these exact overlays were used, so I think it is legal. I mean, we're watching him drive in reverse. I think he's driven in reverse in these trucks before after that infamous Ron Hornet day record.
Well, look at that. It looks like he's gone about a full lap here. Not sure what Saunders is doing, but he's losing spots and fast. I think he's going to pull into the pit road.
Yeah, and that's a high school DXD truck, and obviously, not to judge him about the anime he likes, but gonna get loose off the corner here, and that's kind of what caused him to spin. So, yep, he probably just got startled by the 2 truck up on the high side, and that's what made him do that. And
yeah, getting slammed up in the wall there, the number 2. It didn't tow until the latest moment possible.
That was definitely not a smart move. Now, I don't know where we can find a, so where exactly across, oh, wait. Oh, wait, did that say Atlanta? No. I'm trying
Well, you're not going to see it from this iRacing scan. If you look up in an aerial map, they're literally across the road from each other. You wouldn't find it on iRacing.
Alright, hold on, let me go check road to Atlanta. That's actually a pretty cool fact. I've made overlays from.
I mean, Road Atlanta, of course, completely different style of racing, and you wouldn't really think that they were next to each other, but yeah, that they are. Cash Kolb leading the way almost halfway into this race so far, right, and finding himself up at the front of the field, the number 57. I cannot believe, though, that it's Cash Kolb and Corey Lyles, the 1-2 so far today. They've done a real good job of it, of course, but Thomas Coonan not getting in the mix, and in all honesty, 4th place, Chris Mullins. He won at Daytona. Hasn't really shown all too much ever since, but now he's up there inside the top 5. I'm honestly quite impressed with that.
Yeah, there's the road that might be connecting Road to Atlanta and Lanier. One of these roads up. So the truck pace car is going to come in, and the trucks are going to get back to racing. Now lap 60 is underway, and we are halfway through this race. 61 laps to go, David, and this race has gone by pretty quickly. I mean, I really didn't think this race was going to be that long, but considering the fact that this is Lanier, the shortest track on the schedule, now that we're at 60 to go, David, my ATVO is saying we have 15 minutes of this race left, estimately, if they keep driving under green. Do you think we'll see this go longer than 15, maybe even 20 or 25?
I would be surprised if we got 15 laps under green here. The leaders are going to get ahead, and you can see now Corey Lyles maybe putting more pressure down on Cash Kolb, getting closer in through the corners, getting those nice entries in and those exits as well. Coming off of the corner once again, Cash still going to be advantageous, but not by all too much. Thomas Coonan is also another driver who I think is going to be looking for a win eventually. He is the driver who has continued to impress but has not yet gotten to victory lane. It feels like he's wrecked just about every single week, whether it's by rookies, whether it's by lappers, whether it's fighting for the race lead. Something happens to Thomas Coonan, and something goes wrong to Thomas Coonan, even if it's never of his own doing. And I got to imagine, as a driver, you got to get tired of that at some point, feeling like you're always in the wrong place at the wrong time again and again and again. And right now for Thomas, it's all about recovering from that feeling and recovering from that style of driving where it feels like you have to be on your guard, defensive. Instead, maybe putting a little more pressure down with the drivers around him, getting a little more competitive and feisty, trying to look for a new groove, but it didn't quite work right there, and he'll have to back off the top 2 drivers to settle himself down in once more.
Now, David, so we're going to... Oh, he got loose into the wall there. So, David, we're going to cater to the HCBP viewers here, and we're going to give them some newer NASCAR knowledge. So, why are these called the Legacy Trucks, and why think that this league is running them? Because...
Oh, we talked about this at Daytona, but we didn't really go into depth with it. There's a lot of things when it comes to iRacing that are tricky to explain. Legacy trucks, one of which, and the reason being these are legacy is only because they're not raced in official competition. However, they're not just legacy because of that status, they're also legacy because of their age. And I've discussed this before at length, but not on this live stream format, but instead through YouTube itself. iRacing, the partnership with NASCAR, started in around 2009 officially, and the trucks were the first ever NASCAR sanctioned machine to be put on the platform. It was scanned about 16 years ago now, and we're coming up on iRacing's 16th anniversary. These trucks are older than some of the drivers, like Cash Kolb, and they've been on here ever since the very beginning, for all intents and purposes. And even though there are different trucks in NASCAR now, drivers are still given the chance to race these, and you can see here, as Cash Kolb has not gotten away, he's still leading, but he's giving more room to Corey Lyles each and every time around, and Thomas Coonan there too. Take a look behind the big 3 because Zach Saunders is back and forth, and he's getting close once again.
Yeah, and obviously another good question to ask here. No, he's one lap down as he is currently running the 10th position, 14th, trying to get his lap back. But so this is to cater to our newer viewers, obviously the ones that don't know much about NASCAR. What is a fast repair in iRacing, and just what is a fast repair, and why do leagues allow it?
Well, a fast repair is something we don't have in this league, actually.
Oh, what?
No, this runs without fast repairs entirely. It is a one-chance series. And for those who don't know, regardless of how long you've been on iRacing here, this league holds no prisoners. You make a mistake, you are paying the price for it. And at a track like Lanier, yeah, there's a lot of drivers paying that price for it. And now Cash Cope feeling the pressure. Zach Saunders down and under. Cash Cope getting hella loose. And here comes Corey Lyles down to the inside. He'll take it low with the help of the three-time winner and Saunders below him and beneath. Here comes Cash Cope. Cash trying to run that middle groove, trying to get himself away, pulling out of the exit of the corner with a slight advantage. But now Coonan and Lyles alike are making sure Cash knows he's not going to get this win easy, even if he'd like to. And now he's going to have to back off once more at the SimPulse Paint Next trucks. Run first and third. Lyles still splits the middle. JFR 1, 2, 3. And the team is doing a fantastic job tonight, and Corey Lyles going to have to back off ever so slightly. He tried hard there, but it's not enough.
And Thomas Coonan up to second. 42 laps to go. And as you said, I don't watch this league a lot. I do tune into a few occasional races because the legacy trucks are my interest, David. You would know that. You would know that I enjoy watching legacy content being used. I'm that type of guy. It's weird, but I'm enjoying seeing these guys battle it out. And he's, you know, that's why I started watching. And as he said, he's been through a lot. He's been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And just looking to be in the right place at the right time. And that chance maybe tonight. I mean, Zach Saunders trying to get his lap back, but as I think you said earlier, I might jinx it just like I did with the no-hitter with the Chiba Latte Marines, but man, I think we're going to see this race go at least, you know, more laps green, because I mean, you said we aren't going to see more than 15 laps green. I think you just got proven wrong. I think we're going to see the entire thing go down to the checkered flag without.
I would rather be proven wrong, honestly, and I'm fine with that. Here comes Zach Saunders looking low. We have a rookie here, and rather, a rookie, but also a new driver up top in the number 18 machine, who's had a few good runs so far in his first season, everyone's first season, really. But the number 18 machine, Aaron Fontaine, bad news as he's up high. Now coming up on lap traffic here, not just Zach Saunders, and Thomas Coonan is going to have to work through these drivers and make sure he pays attention, because this is not an easy spot to get around drivers no matter where they are in terms of position. Now the SimPulse boys run first and second. Corey Lyles, he's found his lot in life in third, and Thomas Coonan deciding to go right down and under. Coonan for the race lead, looking low, and he's going to have to back off once again. They'll be side by side through the corners. Lyles ever so slightly back two, and Cash Cope now sees that he is head to head with Thomas Coonan. And looks like Thomas is not going to let him go down without a fight. Coming up on some more lappers here. Number 15 of Cameron Albertson is up next.
Yeah, and lap trucks at a short track like this, probably not a good idea to try to take the lead while one is in your way, because, I don't know, one slip up, if you're too wide, you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, just like where Thomas Coonan has been all season. But I want to talk about that 37. We haven't talked about him all night. And that truck screams, oh, he's just going to move Lyles up. That truck screams, and I mean absolutely screams 2010. That truck is, if his assignment was to make a 2010's back marker perfectly, he did that. And that truck is absolutely beautiful. And now there's a battle for the lead, Coonan and Culp. Coonan's going to look under Culp. There's no lap traffic. I mean, the 13, but he's too far to do anything impactful. And Culp side by side with Coonan. And now, oh, they're going to make contact coming out of two. And the 68's going to take the lead.
And that's the best Thomas Coonan's looked all night long. Now going to have the advantage. Cash Cope all the while is going to have to lay back off. Cautions out with 31 laps to go. The cause of which, it's a lapper. And yeah, it is Carter. Another of the admin box trucks.
My bad. Oh, he just got loose. That's a common thing we've seen tonight. You don't want to get back on the gas too fast.
Additionally, Cody Linscott also got loose, but not to the same extent.
Yeah, so that his looseness, Cody's, wouldn't be to the extent of a caution. Carter's, however, would just be yellow, and that's what happened. So people are going to pit. A lot of people are leaders because the short tracks are going to degrade your tires, and Thomas is going to stay out, try to keep his lead. Rodney Roberts is up there. And Rodney Roberts, obviously not having a fun start of the race, but with that yellow, he might be back up, and Zach Saunders going to get bailed out because of that. And yeah, so Aaron Fontaine in the 18. Fontaine in a truck, I think, personally. Is there any super speedways left on the schedule? Just answer that.
There are. Daytona will be coming back again. Race off pit road, and it looks like now Cash Culp ahead of Corey Lyles.
Wait, Jake Raven might be winning this race off pit road, and he does. Cash Culp
Raven clearly gets it.
Yep.
And Jake Raven's coming on a podium streak of his own. He is one of the most consistent drivers in this series. If it's not Cash Culp or the guys up in front trying to fight for the win, if it's not Zach Saunders winning each and every race, Jake Raven is the quintessential third-place guy no matter what happens here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him up at the front of the field again, showing his muscle as one of the better drivers in this field, his strength, consistency, and he shows it time and time once more. And everyone is coming down to pit road here. Those are lappers or guys who are far back. Zach Saunders, Chris Mullins, Rodney Roberts. They got cycled up to the lead, but now they're coming in again, and here comes Thomas Coonan back on his way.
Now, I wanted to say something about Aaron Fontaine. I think when we get Daytona, I think he needs to run a throwback to Freak, the longest living NASCAR chassis of 19 years. This was during Freak Speak, I believe. So I'd love it if Aaron Fontaine decided to run that number 47, and we're back green. Wow, what? I was confusing.
Green flag on the way, and going to be tricky because not everyone got back up there. Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, I don't know what was happening. I didn't expect the race to go green right there, and Cash Culp is going to take the lead after a very confusing restart.
Jake Raven going to wiggle big, but nobody got up to the pace car again. Half the field was still cycling around, and Cash Culp gets the advantage. Thomas Coonan all of a sudden is in the wrong place again, and now with 24 laps to go and counting down spin, Rodney Roberts.
Yeah, and oh wow, that's definitely not good. Rodney Roberts not having a good race in general. I mean, come on, this is a lap earlier, that lagged, and we're gonna see here. And Lanier's pit exit, very confusing because it merges directly with the track and there's not much spaces. Such as IRP's too, so IRP and Lanier having the worst pit roads, known the man. Here's Rodney Roberts just entering the corner a bit too hard, and there we go. He spins and nothing else to write home about during that wreck. And 22 to go. And 22 to go, David. You know what time it is?
Well, it would be, but we're not under green.
Yeah, well, we'll do it on
22 laps to go. We'll try to crank it up when we eventually go back green, but right now it's under yellow.
Yeah, so, hey, look at my crank it up. Yeah, rate the crank it up on a scale of 0 to 10.
How loud are the engines?
I
mean, right now they're just
yellow.
They're whispering. It's not worth cranking it up right now.
Yeah.
Nice static cameras provided by TrackCams 22. Hey, if you're an iRacing broadcaster or a viewer who just likes enjoying the replay cameras we use, well, there's a place for you to go. The best broadcasters choose the best cameras for a good reason. Visit TrackCams for Gourmets at TrackCams22.com or Facebook.com/TrackCams22 today, and you'll be welcomed by their incredible packages for road, oval, and dirt competitions for over 100 cars and tracks on the platform. Visit TrackCams22.com after tonight's broadcast. You're watching the Prodigy Racing Association and the SimPulse Legacy Truck Series. Cash Culp is your leader. Andrew, I don't want to take back what I said. I don't think Cash Culp is going to win tonight, but he's making me look like a fool.
Yeah, I don't know. Cash Culp might have this win in the bag. Maybe Lyles will challenge, but who knows. And speaking of HTBB games, the Brooklyn Bears take the series lead over the Hanwha Eagles 7-1 as they go to Korea. So we're coming back to the green here in Atlanta, which we are back green flag racing. And
18 laps to go now.
Yeah, okay, 18 to go. Yeah, you're right. And Lyles looking under the 57 of Cash Culp. In this beautiful state of Georgia, which the Atlanta Rebels will play the Houston Bulls here tomorrow. And that's not on our minds right now. Cash Culp still having a decently sized lead over the 56 of Corey Lyles. Jace Hale actually might come back into here. No, he won't! He's gonna spin! And the 68, wrong place, wrong time.
Hale into Coonan, more contact further on out,
wow.
and you can see, it looks like the number 13 of Cody Johnson gonna slide. Yellow flag is out with the multi-car incident. Let's back it up and figure out what caused it.
So, I mean, obviously, we know what caused this first wreck, just coming in too hot. We've seen that a lot tonight. And boom, there you go, spinny, spin, spin. And now Cody Johnson, though, this is going to be an interesting case. I think he was checking up, and he tried to go low, the 9 was there, and boom.
Look at that. 15 to go. In all honesty, though, Thomas Coonan did get contact. He has moved up into third as a result of the incident, and now finds himself on the podium after all is said and done. Looking one more time on board with Trevor Gill.
Yeah, you can just see the 70 spin. The 13 comes down. Boom. Trevor just nowhere to go. 15 to go now. Man. We don't have much time remaining left race, and 14 to go, and we're coming back to the green. David, who do you think is going to win this race?
Thomas Coonan's in third. We saw the fight between those three before, and keep in mind, Coonan has slightly fresher tire. I think right now, I'm thinking a SimPulse truck will win, but it's not the 57 at the front of the field, at least not for the time being. Corey Lyles is not afraid to give the chrome horn, and if Coonan is watching, he'll be waiting in the wings, and I think it'll be the 68 expecting that, and he'll come out on top as a result.
So currently, a nice HC playoff update. Atlanta Rebels, I think, are down 1 run to the Houston Bulls. So when they come back to Atlanta, Georgia, which is in the same state as we're watching this broadcast. Oh no, the Houston Bulls are now up 7-5. So they're going to be tied with the series lead. And David, that's obviously not much on our minds right now. Cash Cole might win this race. And I mean, what do you think it's going to take for him to win this race? Just like the Houston Bulls won that ball game.
I think it's going to be survival here. With under a dozen laps remaining, if the number 57 can't hold on against Lyles, there's no chance he's winning against a guy like Coonan. Green flag's out once again. Top 3 drivers get away, and they get away on their own. The number 57 advantageous through the first 2 corners, and now Coonan starting to begin that process of tracking down Corey Lyles. If there's any way to go for it here, I think he's just got to make it by the 56 and fast with 10 laps to go. Here we go again, battling for second, and Coonan not having any of it.
Oh, he got a bit loose there, and man, that's not what you wanted, but he's going to come back up to the 56, 10 to go, and he's going to look on the back of Lyles, and coming back off the corner, I don't think there's much he can do at this point. I mean,
caution's out again. Yellow flag and a fly back of the field, and the reason being Trevor Gill.
Saw him get involved in the incident earlier, and you can see his front bumper. And wow, behind the 70 truck, of what caused him to get that damage, he spins it behind the 70. That's a tail. Tell your kids. And the 18 of Aaron Fontaine does get involved in that wreck. Nothing much to go over other than Aaron Fontaine having damage. Same with Trevor Gill, and man, Detroit trucks coming back their shops in Charlotte.
We're gonna have a double file restart to end this race.
Oh no.
We have changed to double file. Is this like for the fun of it? I mean, we're going to have a 4-lap restart at the very most here. Keep in mind, any other caution will send us to overtime territory, which isn't bad time-wise, but it's very much coming up to the tail end. Tempers are beginning to flare, and the leaders are all bunched up. Double file. Let's do this thing here. 68 machine, the SimPulse Chevrolet, behind his teammate. And Cash Culp now going to see he's got his JFR competition right around him, and even Zach Saunders. Saunders isn't out of it either. He can go for 4 consecutive wins if it plays in his favor.
I mean, hey, Saunders currently located in 4th, as you said, so he might be able to pull off something. I mean, alright, I hope Zach Saunders, if he wins this, he runs a different anime on that truck. That'd be, like, really funny. Anyways, very cool on the hood. High school in kanji. I don't know how to say it. But David, I have an important question that's not racing related. So, I mean, obviously you have Houston winning this ball game, and who do you
Green
think?
flag coming up next time
Yeah,
by,
so-
rather. We got to keep our eyes on that.
I mean, yeah, we got a quick. I mean, I just want to ask you this real quick. Who do you think? I mean, we've seen Atlanta blow out Hanwha 9-1. Who do you think is going to win the divisional series between Atlanta and Houston? How many games?
Atlanta probably going to do it in 4. I'm
thinking
thinking.
Houston. Maybe
4 games either way. We both agree on that. So we'll
Yep,
see what
4 to
happens when we
go.
come down to it.
4 games we
4
agreed on that was 4 to
laps
go. So
Make it 3 to go this time by.
yep.
Here we go again. Cash Cope brings us back to green.
And Cash Culp trying to hold off his JFR teammates to get a win. David, he's going to prove you wrong, I feel like. Coming off of 4, 2 to go. Next flag will end it if they can make it to the white.
And they didn't make it to the white.
Man.
Yellow flag's out again.
So,
It's going to be Trevor Gill again.
oh man, at that point.
Looks like Gill this time around getting lonely and he spins. He's down a pit road quickly, but he did get loose. Rodney Roberts might have been involved, actually.
Excuse me. I'm going to see here the replay. Go over this real quick. Oh man, I want to go on board with the 29 there. That looked really close.
Roberts got lucky, yeah.
Yeah, wrong place, but right time. Barely see that in racing. So I'm going to apply this here, and we're going to ride on board with the 29. Oh, good reaction time. Wait, the race is ending. There's no green-white checkered, and Cash Culp wins the race under caution.
So we're coming around, and it looks like you're right about that. Checkered flag is out. Cash Cope will win from Lanier. No overtime finish, and the race is over. And Cope gets it done. The 57 survives, and a last caution with the first time all season, no chance in overtime. And in our shortest race of the year, Cope wins. How about that finish?
I obviously didn't expect it. I thought we were going to get a green-white checkered there, so that threw me off guard. But this is...
That would have been our 4th green-white checkered of the season, but it looks like Cope gets it right his way.
Yeah, and this broadcast was pretty short. I mean, 48 minutes long. That's pretty impressive. So, Cash Culp just burning it down, and post-race show is going to be awesome. I mean, Cash Culp is definitely going to have flowing emotions. How happy he is to have his first win of the season. Break Zach Saunders' win streak. So let's go over your results real quick, David. And I'm going to start it off, I think, and you can follow along with me. So results are up on your screen now. Ticker goes off. Oh, what the? Cash Culp wins. Corey Lyles is second in the 56. Thomas Coonan third. Jake Raven fourth. Cody Winscott fifth. Cody Johnson sixth. Cameron Albertson seventh. Jace Hale 8th. Rodney Roberts 9th. And Christopher Mullen 10th. David?
From there on out, 11th place for Zach Saunders, his worst finish all season long after 3 consecutive wins. Trevor Gill going to be 12th with Aaron Fontaine 13th and Carter Swab in the 14th spot. Tony Jones, his 60 laps, he retired at the halfway point. Trenton Clark going to be 16th and out. Austin LeBlanc in 17th. Caden Perkins and Shannon Milliken both not taking to the green flag tonight. And so, top 3 drivers. We're going to get a word from all of them. Cash Culp is still taking his Polish victory lap here, and we're going to move into the PRA broadcast booth to get them. Right, we'll get you there right now.
All right, unless you want to take over.
Here you go. Let's go down to the Prodigy Racing Association broadcast booth.
Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Just give me a second here. All right, now I'm joining, and here we go. Sorry. So, we're just waiting here. I have a copy from where David is. Okay. He's asking me to join any VC. I'll join Race Comms too because no one's going to be there. Safe. So, David, please drag me.
What in the goofy are you doing?
Hey, I'm still live. I'm waiting for David.
My bad.
Hi, David.
And there we have it. Broadcast booth is back together, and we got Corey Lyles with us here.
I mean, hey,
Hi.
that's a bit earlier than I wanted to have him interviewed.
Yeah,
I like to
I
guess 3, 2,
didn't
1.
realize we're live. Hi, chat. My bad.
Yeah.
Corey, would you mind if we brought you back after and we get our winner first?
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
I
I
got 3,
didn't-
2, 1.
yep.
I got 3, 2, 1.
We have our winner Cash Cope available. So how's about we get a word from the man who came out on top
Thank
you.
tonight? Cash Cope, the number 57. You could say you were denied a victory last week, the way everything went with that fantastic finish. But tonight, well, you survived, and in all honesty, I wasn't expecting it. You did a damn good job tonight in Lanier, and you got yourself your first victory after what happened last week. What a redemption race.
First of all, it was Corey that got screwed off the win last week. I haven't ran since Richmond. It's my second race of the year, but been trying to go full time. Just stuff been popping up on vacation last week, so it kind of sucked. I didn't participate the last couple of races, but second start, first win, got second place in my first start, so average finish like 1.5, I think. So I'll take it. I am not complaining. I am very happy to get this win, and yeah, we're locked into playoffs. Hopefully, we can get a good championship run. I went in this race. I was gonna like, all right, let's see what we can do. Maybe get top 5, top 3. Went faster than practice. Qualified 9th. I'm like, oh, okay, well, top 5 would be cool. And then we're in like lap 10, we're leading. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's see how this goes. We just kind of had a controlling lead from there. Kind of was in control of the race. I mean, obviously my teammates, Thomas Coonan and Corey Lyles were on my back bumper the entire time. So if I was going to win it, one of them two were. So glad to break the win streak of Zach Sounders. I'm coming for you. And happy to get this win. Happy finally got a win. Thanks to JFR and GRA for having me on their teams. And have a good rest of the year.
And a great way to come back to the scene here. Of course, short tracks, it looks like you visited most often. And Lanier, we didn't really know what to expect with this track, although we did expect one thing, and that was chaos. We saw a fair share of yellow flags, but up in front, things looked pretty calm. So how was it from your perspective?
It was stressful. I mean, we had a really, really, really good short run truck, and especially once we got the new tires. Me and my teammate Corey were like, all right, when are we going to pit for tires? So we pitted around, I think, like lap 90. I'm like, let's see what we can do. So we're going to restart 10, 12, but then everyone else pitted. I'm like, oh, shoot, okay, let's start. I started second, got a great jump, and got in the first. So I'm like, all righty, well, try to win now. So very, very stressful race up front. But kept it calm, cool, and try not to get very, very hard on either gas or brake. Gotta be very, very smooth on both, because if you're hard on one or the other, you're gonna spin right around. So adjusting brake bias all race, and I guess I have a lot of experience at this track, specifically on the dirt version, because a lot of the times I race dirt midgets on this track on the dirt. But yeah, it was a stressful race. There got my teammates knocking on my back door the entire time. So one little slip up, and yeah, I was gone, or I was falling back. I was a choo-choo train, but yeah, I got into a good battle for like probably 20, 30 laps with Thomas. He led a lap, and I thought it was over from there, but yellow came out and everything worked into our favor. Had nothing to lose, so we just took some tires and we won it. So sucks we couldn't get it on the green. I thought there was really gonna be green light checkers, and I thought I was gonna get turned for the win by someone, but I didn't. We won, and we got 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure for our team. So pretty good. This fast cash racing product, SimPulse Paintworks truck, was very, very fast today. Thank all my sponsors: French Value Transportation, Carolina Sim Sports, Beckman Design, SimPulse, GRA, JFR, Fast Cash Racing Products, Audrey Diesel Service, and everyone back at the virtual JFR shop and the physical JFR shop. And yeah, good race. And thanks to everyone for putting on the show. Thank you to you for broadcasting. And we'll be
I seem to have been oh. Okay. I ignore bot the. Oh my god. Bro, that was. My bad, David.
What?
I had a small problem. The bot hates me. I was supposed to verify.
Oh, you got kicked out of the server?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, well, you're back here. Cash,
My bad.
we
my
left you on
bad.
a sour note. Nonetheless, thank you for your time, and we hope you have a great night.
Sorry about that. I
I'm
didn't
live on
realize-
Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Thanks everyone for watching.
I didn't realize I was
And
supposed to verify. I never do that with Discord service. It just automatically verifies me, so obviously.
yeah, well, with that being said, we have Cash Copa on the way. And up next, how about we bring Corey Lyles back in the
Finally,
fold,
he comes
Andrew? He's
back.
standing by with you.
Alright, so Corey Lyles, obviously, good racing. You got robbed last week, and I mean, you were so close this week. How does it feel to be close again?
I mean, it feels torturous. I feel like Sheldon Creed. Oh well. I felt like I had a long paced car. I couldn't do it on the short runs. I don't think anybody could have done it on the short runs. Cash was really fast. I'm proud to. If anybody in the field, I would have liked to see him to win, and he did. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done different.
I mean, yeah, not knowing what you could have done different is part of the worst things you could think of in racing. But hey, fun race nevertheless. And how was the battle between you, Thomas, and Cash?
Yeah. Early on, me and Cash. I was trying not to lay the bumper to him. I was just kind of chilling behind him. On the long run, I definitely had a little bit faster of a car, but I just kind of held on. Just didn't want to wreck him. Didn't want to wreck myself. Thomas, he was scaring me a little bit. Got into me a couple times, trying not to wreck. But it was a pretty fun battle.
Very fun battle it is, and very fun to watch up here in the broadcast booth. And did it surprise you at all when you realized that you wouldn't get another chance to race after that final yellow? Or was it clarified that they didn't have green, white checkers?
It was not clarified. I think we had a green white checkered last week. I thought we were gonna have another green white checkered. I don't know what I would have done differently if I did have a green white checkered. I don't think I could have done anything different.
Yeah, thank you for your time, and any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go.
JFR, Jason Beckman Designs. And I think that's it.
Thank you for your time. Hopefully we see you show up next week, and hopefully you can claim the win next week. And David, I'm gonna let you do the final interview of the night, Thomas Coonans.
It looks like the 68 coming back with us here, and Thomas Coonan concluding the podium. And you know what? We say it feels like almost every week now. But tonight, Thomas, even though you find yourself on the podium, you found yourself on the wrong side of pit road strategy and an overall tricky pit road in itself. Lanier making its first stop on the schedule and already mixed opinions, and I'm sure you have a few things you'd like to say.
Yeah, tonight wasn't probably the best racing tonight, but honestly, I think everyone tried their best. Granted, I wasn't expecting this racetrack to be such tight, close quarters all the time. I was hoping people to get spread out and hopefully more green flag racing tonight. I guess the setup also wasn't quite right for tonight. We'll have to come back next time and give it another go. But overall, I think everyone had somewhat fun tonight.
And you're right about that. Some kind of fun. We did have our fair share of close racing when the cautions were not getting in the mix directly. We do have to say that much. So what was it like for you? Because you were up at the front of the field, even getting the race lead with less than 25 to go until things kind of went south.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting I know Cash is also another SimPulse car and stuff like that, but I was kind of getting irritated with the blocking and stuff like that, so I gave him a little bit of a shove. Nothing too crazy, though. Granted, I was trying not to make it too aggressively because he's my teammate, and I try to do respectful racing around my teammates. But definitely wanted to try to get a win tonight because I won't be around for the next 3 races, so hopefully I have enough points banked up in the bank, should I say, to be able to make more or make the playoffs this season.
And building up those points, looking for those good points nights as we come up to the end of the regular season. Thomas Coonan, if you have anyone else you'd like to thank before we move on, it's time to Legacy Phoenix. It's going to be back to the more conventional tracks after this.
Absolutely. I'd like to shout out SimPulse Paintworks. Also like to shout out my teammates for putting on a good show tonight, doing some good racing, and not being too aggressive, and also putting up with my crap when I shove them a little bit. And sorry, just Zach, for giving him an awful shove there in a little bit in the middle of the race. I tried to not do that. So, but anyway, thank you guys I like to shout out you guys for broadcasting these races for us when you guys can.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here tonight, my first broadcast, and David, obviously, glad to be here. Wow. Thank you for racing, and David, I'll let you handle it from here.
Well, 100% Thomas coming in for your third place finish tonight, getting back on the podium. We thank you once more for your time.
Thank you.
And with Coonan on the way, Andrew, how about we wrap up this one with our final thoughts from an overall quick race here from Lanier? How about that? We've been hopping from broadcast to broadcast, it feels, tonight, but it's good to be back together for an overall exciting event here down in Georgia to kick things off. And we're now at the halfway point here in the PRA Legacy Truck Series campaign. Zach Saunders not winning tonight comes to a shock for many, but admittedly, Cash Cope, he's been quick in his appearances so far, and it was expected he'd get a good run in it. How did you feel, of course, coming in for your first time broadcasting?
I mean, I love the Legacy truck, so obviously a good track and a good car. Me to, watch this. Lanier, not that much of a good track with bigger cars. It fits more legends. I don't think street stocks it fits well, but it is what it is by that point. And hey, if you're using Lanier for a fun race, then it is. Honestly, I had a lot of fun broadcasting tonight, and thank you for joining me up here in the booth to help me give nice knowledge. And obviously, I hope to be back here tonight or again. So thank you for having me on here, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad I caught barely the beginning of the race. So any final thoughts you want to say?
Everything worked out. We got the beginning of the race, and we went from flag to flag tonight. We'd like to congratulate one more time race winner Cash Cope for getting it done and winning here from the virtual Lanier Raceway. Next on the schedule, we're going back to the Phoenix Raceway, and it's going to be an exciting event back in Arizona. So stay tuned next Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have you covered live on FTN, and stay tuned to the channel all weekend long. Expect multiple iRacing events and HCBBL playoffs once again coming at you on the channel as we slowly but surely move toward the big 2,000 subscriber mark, and we're heading there at record pace for this channel. So make sure if you enjoy, leave a like on the stream, subscribe. We've had a ton of new faces coming to the channel as of recent, and it's been incredible to see, so we hope you see us once again. I've been David Croix, joined by commentator and producer Andrew Schulte. We hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage, and we once again hope you have a fantastic